Good morning. Hyvää huomenta. Hyvää itsenäisyyspäivä. Happy Independence Day. Flag Day today as well. December 6th, 2023. It's actually a holiday. Make sure I don't get run over by the bus. It's a holiday today, but not too much different from my normal routine for the day. Just heading into the office. It's just before 6 o'clock. I normally get there around 6. Nice to get the day started. It's always so nice and quiet. But like I said, sometimes you have to make a trade in your life for what you want. And all the things that I want to accomplish, it's going to cost me. It's a price we pay. Welcome to Remax. Yeah, good morning. It is 5 after 6, so this is my typical morning. My alarm's set for 4:55 in the morning, and I get up anywhere between 4:55 and 5:30. It takes me about a half hour to get showered, cleaned up, get ready, and walk to the office. It takes about 4 minutes. So I typically get to the office between 5:30 and 6. Usually average probably 5:45, maybe 10 to 6. Get here, put on some coffee, check the emails real quick, and see what I have to get done first thing, if there's anything pressing. And then I usually run through the news real fast and probably social media, check if there's anything interesting, any new messages or anything like that. If there's a YouTube video that I posted the day before, I usually try and take some time and reply to comments. And then I start my to-do list for the day, write out everything that I have to get done that day, and then I keep that beside my computer with a pen and red pen, if you've seen that video. And every time I think of something that I have to do for the day, I write it on the to-do list right away so I could forget about it, so it's not constantly in the back of my mind that I'm going to forget about it. So it's there. And that also helps because if you get that feeling like you have a million things to do in the run of a day, you don't really have a million things to do. You might have close to 100, but you don't have a million. But that's because you're trying to remember everything that you have to do that day. So if I have that list beside my desk all the time, beside my computer on my desk all the time, then every time I think of something, oh yeah, I got to get that done, I write it down and then I can forget it. So it clears my mind. And not only things that I have to get done that day, but things that I have to work on over the next few days, next week or something like that, then they go below the to-do list under projects, so things that aren't really a priority. That really works for me. So that's typically my morning routine. And then from 6 to 8, I usually got about 2 hours of really nice quiet time here in the office where I try and focus only on learning Finnish, reading Finnish, and trying to study Finnish and get better at that. So that's typically my morning. And then whatever the day has in store for it, then I get to work on all of that. Every day is different on what has to get done. But that's so from 4:55 to 8 o'clock in the morning. That's pretty typically my day. Today is Independence Day. Hyvää itsenäisyyspäivä. Then it's a holiday, so I'm not going to be doing my typical work. I'm going to try and take this day and focus mostly on just trying to learn Finnish. And that I do in short blocks, like maybe 20 minutes. I'll do 20, 25 minutes, take a quick 5-minute break, and then do another 20 minutes on some other kind of learning. And I forgot to bring my comic books with me this morning. I was going to do that. Akuankka, Donald Duck comic books here in Finland. It's I've heard that they've actually won awards for how good their spoken Finnish dialect Finnish is in the comic books. So that's something I've also been trying to read to get better at that type of Finnish, as opposed to constantly just reading contracts. I'm not really reading the law book, but what's the other one? Hyvä välitystava, Code of Ethics for Real Estate. I've been trying to read that. I've been trying to get really good at reading and understanding the contracts. And my reading is much better. And I'm personally impressed with how much I could read. But my comprehension level is still down. So I could read the words a lot of times, but I'm not really sure what it means. And that was the joke, that I never really understood the English law books either. You know, it's like you read a law book, you read a clause, you read a phrase, and you're like, okay, how do I interpret this? Now it's on a totally different level where I have to read it in Finnish, understand it in Finnish, and try and interpret it. So that's gonna take some time. Yeah, if ever. But it'll come. It'll come. Persistence. That's the key. Persistence. And small steps every day. Consistent, persistent effort. And eventually you'll be surprised how far you've come. So that's my day today. It is 10 after 6 right now. And so I'm basically going to spend the day, most of this day, just working on that, and then a few odds and ends and emails that I have to send. And I might go check out the flag raising ceremony at the park at 9 o'clock. I'm not sure yet. And yeah, so learning Finnish. Big day. So that's been pretty much the majority of my day today for Finnish Independence Day, is improving my Finnish. That's what I've done for the most part of today. But I know there are a lot of events going on and still going on this evening. But like I mentioned in an earlier video, there's a point in your life where you could enjoy your life, and then there's a point where you have to improve your life. And right now I'm in a season of needing to improve my life, and this is a big part of it. So although I'd like to go out and enjoy some of the festivities, right now this is a little bit more important for me. So I'm putting more of my efforts into this. So hopefully at a future time I'll be able to have more of the enjoyment part of it. But I do appreciate the importance of itsenäisyyspäivä today and everything that's going on, and I wish everybody a oikein hyvä itsenäisyyspäivä tänään. And I hope you're all enjoying a lot of time with your family and friends, and really having a good Independence Day today. And maybe next year we'll enjoy a little bit more of it. That's a little insight into what's melting my brain these days. There has been a point that I would actually physically be able to feel. I know the brain can feel, but it has no physical feelings. But I beg to differ, because there has been days when I thought, okay, my brain hurts, and I would go home and I would just be like mentally drained. It hasn't been as bad, but that's also with the spoken Finnish. Like when speaking, listening to people speak, it was it isn't as bad now, but it was absolutely exhausting. That because when somebody was speaking, I'd have to listen to every syllable that they were speaking to try and understand, because I couldn't piece it all together. I didn't understand everything that they were saying, and they speak so fast. But at that time, it just went so fast that it was just brain melting speeds, and trying to listen so intently all the time, all day, was just mentally exhausting. And it's hard to understand how much I'm trying to learn in that aspect. And I know I'm hard on myself that I haven't picked it up as much as I feel I should have, but it's definitely coming around. Like I always say, I'm really looking forward to looking back at these times and seeing how much I didn't know. Yeah. But again, thank you so much for watching. Oikein hyvää itsenäisyyspäivää. Have a great day.